I look around the room, there's not a whole lot of faces that have been here for a while, but if you have been around for a little bit, you know some things about me. First off, I'm a breast cancer survivor, 4.5 years coming up. I believe that things happen for a reason. Although we may not know what that reason is, I started recently to become more deliberate in my actions in order to keep my mind, which is constantly going, focused. So when I'm walking into the kitchen, I don't forget why I went in there. And lastly, that I was homeless. Wait, what? I was homeless? No. Being homeless means you don't have a job. I have a really good job. Being homeless means you were an alcoholic, you're a drug addict. I wasn't any of that. So I was homeless? I listened to a presentation about 8 months ago of someone who was giving a speech about their life. And she described herself as being homeless because she was living with friends. Okay, so wait a minute. You live with friends, you're homeless. And that got me. Because I thought back to 2002, 2003, when I lived with some friends for 6 months. I didn't consider myself homeless. I didn't even use that term as homeless at the time. But I'm going to tell you how I got there. Because it's actually just a huge comedy of errors. About 80% of why I was homeless had absolutely nothing to do with me. And there was nothing I could have done to change what happened. And that's being very generous, saying that I was responsible for 20% of it. My girlfriend always used to say, when God closes a door, he opens a window, but you consistently get your finger stuck in that door. In 1999, I divorced my husband. He was an alcoholic, a functional one. He had a really, really, really good job. He was making about $70,000 a year. That's pretty good in 99. I got awarded $800 a month in child support. Didn't have to pay, right? Didn't have to pay health insurance because his company covered that. So I was doing really well. June of the following year, he made the decision he didn't want to pay me child support anymore, and he told his boss to I got fired on purpose. So now I've got an ex-husband who doesn't have a job, getting unemployment that I did not know he was getting, and he's sitting by the pool at his apartment complex getting himself a tan, making me take the kids to daycare every day, because he didn't want them. So now, I'm not getting child support, and I'm having to pay $300 a month for health insurance for the kids. Took on a second job, took out a second mortgage to get rid of my credit card payments, still having a difficult time. At the time, and I can look back on it now and explain it, I was dating someone, and it was a very toxic relationship. What I didn't know is he was also a financial drain on me. My bad. That's on me. But he had me at a point where my self-esteem was about here, and my need for affection was about here, and he kept me like that. So I had a really hard time getting rid of him. Well, in August of 2001, I lost my job. This toxic relationship affected my job, and they fired me, as well they should have. So the reason that I got fired was because I needed to get rid of him. And I walked home that day, and I looked him in the face, and I said, "Get that out." And he's gone. Pretty good. At the time, I was a travel agent. Travel industry is very small. Called up a friend, "Hey, I need a job." She goes, "Fine, come on in." Went in, had lunch, we laughed. I saw my old boss. "Hey, it's not a problem. Same money you were making before. It's a manager's position. This is Friday. You know, corporate's in Atlanta. We'll get all the paperwork drawn up. We'll call you next week." Which was fine, except Tuesday was 9/11, and no one was hired. So now, I have no job, I have very little child support coming in, no health insurance. What's that? Took on another job, so now I'm delivering pizzas in my minivan, and I'm delivering papers in the morning in my minivan. About 6 weeks after 9/11, hiring started happening again in the travel industry, and I was able to get a job. Wasn't very good, didn't pay very much, but it was a job, and I had health insurance. So over the next several months, I tried to get back on my feet. I did really well. However, by June of the next year, the mortgage company went, "You know what, we're done. We've tried everything, we can't help you, you need to sell your house." So I sold my house. Luckily enough, I was able to just get rid of it. I had a a condo lined up, it was great, it was only $600 a month, it was 2-bedroom, the guy was willing to finish the basement for me, so I could have a 3rd bedroom. Great, everything was fantastic, we move in, this is June, August, he still hadn't come in to finish the basement. So I have my 12-year-old son sleeping in the basement, which wasn't finished. September rolls around, he sends in a contractor who says, well, you know what, he's gonna finish the walls, but if you want the ceiling and the floor done, you have to pay for that. I went, wait, what? It's not my house, I'm renting it. So I called him up, come to find out that he'd been receiving my rent late every month. Now this is back when paying your bills online was fairly new. I had it set up every month on the 1st, we pay him his rent check, send him a check. Well, I come to find out after talking to my bank, that actually what happened is they take the money out of my account and put it into their account. So in essence, I've paid my rent. They hold on to it for a few days before they send out a check, and then it takes 7 to 10 days for it to get to him. So by the time he was receiving my check every month, it was about the 15th. And in the month of September, he still had not received a check at all. So now I have to pay him September's rent when I don't have the money anymore because the bank's already removed it from my account. So I'm stuck. Didn't have anything I could do. Talked to him, worked it out. He made the decision, he just wanted me to get out. Okay, I can get out. Working with a realtor, found a great house, 3 bedrooms. It was gonna work perfectly for me. It was just a little bit more than what I'd been paying before. And as I go in and I'm signing the papers and we're discussing it, and I had done my research on the house, and I said, so this house is about 130 years old? Beautiful, beautiful home, personal woodwork, everything. And the realtor and the owner looked at each other, and the next thing you know, the following day, they took it off the market. So now I am out of a condo. And I can't move into this house because they want to get it on the National Registry of Historic Places and can't have anybody living in it. So I'm homeless. If I want my kids to stay in the same school district, I have to move in with my girlfriend. Or I can move in with my parents 90 miles away and move them from schools. Or I can live in my van, or I'm quite sure it was going to be really good. So just remember, the next time you hear that someone was homeless, it doesn't mean that they were living in their van down by the river, alcoholics, drug addicts, or out of a job. It just means sometimes life gets in the way. Thank you very much.